Hello YouTube, Jared here. Welcome back to Games Done Slow and Bad, where we play games slowly and often badly. Without belaboring the point, let's jump into something most people have seen before. This is Rimworld. So I struggled with this title. I recorded about 3 or 4 times, and I just didn't like the direction of any of the games I was playing. Most of the time it was because it wasn't really a cohesive story. There was no element to sort of unite it. So I fixed that. I've added a few mods, and I've programmed a game type that I think will work out pretty well and be pretty interesting. I haven't really heard of anyone else doing this sort of play, so hopefully this will be interesting. For those of you not immediately familiar with the game, Rimworld calls itself a colony simulator, but it is a micromanager's dream game where you have your little pawns on the board and you're moving them around telling them what to do. You're either crash landed, or you're tribespeople, or you're an explorer on this outer rim world. The universe is not capable of faster than light travel, so getting to these sort of outlier planets is difficult, and as such they're sort of backwoods. So that is really it in a nutshell. It is still in its early access state. Next release is the final release, so now seems like a good time to jump in. Before we start, let's look at the mods I have. I like the game on its own, but I wanted to take a few little stabs at adding some stuff that I thought would be pretty cool. So I added some colony management stuff, the ability to smooth stone walls in case we want to build into a mountain, an expanded better research tree, better work tab, prepare carefully in case I want to do a in-depth scenario, bridges, which personally I like this one. This is huge for me. The ability to fish was also added. That is also huge. Fish traps as well. Queries, which it seemed like if you rolled a bad start without minerals, you were done. Like, that was it. If you don't have steel, like, your world is pretty much over. So this is a nice gap. It costs quite a bit of steel to get one started, but once you get one started, you get a little bit of a steel pit for a bit of time. It's not a renewable resource, which feels balanced. Additionally, some islands, in case I want to play that type of biome. This is an incredibly challenging and interesting biome. I played earlier on this in my practice run of this new type of gameplay. So, let's get started. Before I start, just to give everyone a heads up, my scenario is called Worst Kind of People, so I left some of the default communication. Basically, you're a new tribe, young, 5 people chosen from 10. You are cannibal psychopaths. 20% of the people you meet are going to be cannibals or psychopaths. You are guaranteed to be a cannibal psychopath. You start with a small pittance of materials, and this makes it really interesting because you have to, very early in the game, make some difficult decisions about growing versus building, where growing has to win, otherwise you die. You also have a limited pool of herbal medicine, so suddenly you also need to get someone who can grow heal root. So for this playthrough, I don't want to go as easy as base builder. I don't want to go as hard as rough. Let's do some challenge. We'll do classic because that feels like the best ramp up. We'll make the siege short because I have a feeling this game is going to be somewhat short when I die in a horrible, horrible blaze. So whenever I'm playing a PC game, just bear in mind that my system is not the most advanced system. I have a decent graphics card and a horrid processor. So generally when I'm getting these longer loading screens, you will likely not get it if you're playing with anywhere near a decent PC. Rest assured, however, that if you have a mediocre PC, you likely can play a lot of the things I can, as long as your graphics card isn't terrible. I kind of see where I want to be. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. I was hoping that these were going to be sort of like tropical islands. That would be really fun, I think. Is this a tropical island? I want a healthy amount of growing days. 40 growing days. What have we done here? Just sample the map really quick. Year-round? What do we got? A desert island. Literally a desert island. Although it's always 90 degrees there, and that sounds terrible. We're going to give ourselves the best possible chance here by finding something that hopefully we won't die at almost instantaneously. You know, 40 might be enough. Let's go to the other side of the map. Oh, a lake. We could pay homage to the Aztecs and build our civilization in the middle of a lake. That could be interesting. Tropical, 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 tropical. Okay, this is what I wanted. It's not as extreme a temperature. I'm going to get more diseases, that's a fact. Animals can graze. There's a year-round growing period. This feels pretty good. Small hills. That should be interesting. Alright, so my character building tactics for these Let's Plays is I don't want to completely just spam out randomizes until I get something I like. I give myself one randomize per slot. So if I like this guy, I keep him. If I don't, he goes. I'm going to have to build a lot out of wood most likely early on, so I definitely can't have a pyromaniac. That would be inconvenient. But that guy's terrible. Okay. Super immune, you, I don't care what you are, just get to the top of the list. Melee social, animals growing. You are probably going to stay. This guy looks pretty good. Well, that's okay, because I likely won't be able to make drugs. Melee, cooking, construction, growing. This guy looks pretty promising. A loner. Chemical interest, again, that won't make a big deal for me because I can't do much. Crafting, intellectual, that's one I've been struggling to find in my other playthroughs. I have a shooter. Alright, that's not bad. What do we got? My shooting skill is sort of tepid. My cooking skill is tepid, but again, we're going to be making pemmican for so long in this playthrough that it's probably okay. We have an intellectual, we have a miner. We got some people who are passionate about growing, although aren't very good at it. I could use one person to be good at growing. 8? Oh, you'll do. You'll do. You're now like my favorite. Alright, now I'm going to look through and just see if there's someone I want to sub up. This guy's terrible. This guy's not bad. Terrible. Ooh. Violent person. Oh, wimp. That's not going to help if I need you to run up and stab someone in the eye. Although a 7 intellectual? Ooh, tempting. Alright, you're going up here for now. Medicine. I got a 4 medicine. You're not good at it, but you're passionate for it, so we'll probably leave you there. Alright, do we want the wimp, who's incapable of cleaning, but is a great intellectual? Let's look at these two intellectuals. Melee, crafting, intellectual, construction. Crafting is much better. This guy's going to drop off. In return for, I think, this guy. I like a little bit of redundancy. He gives me a little bit of redundancy. Crafting, a little bit of intellectual, so if he dies. Medicine, he's passionate about it, but not great. He's a shooter. He's a shooter. Melee. Not incapable of violence, but God, so bad. Good melee. This looks promising. We got, what? 3 people who are passionate about growing. That is good. Alright, I feel pretty good about this. Let's just give some people... This will be stabby. Because, excuse me. This will be stabby, because again, high melee skill. Gonna use her for stabbing. This will be dirt. Because, mining. Stabby 2, which will be helpful when I'm in melee and panicking about who I can actually use. Shooty. And... Chef. Perfect. Yep. When I'm panicking and I'm trying to deal with a raid, and I'm paused even though I'm panicking, naming them Stabby and Shooty is just pretty on the nose and will help me out quite a bit. Alright? Pause. Oh. Well, pros and cons to this map. Pros. There's a lot for me to be doing, including elephants, which is nice. Cons. There's not a lot of natural areas which I could defend very easily. And I suspect that there's a lot of problems, like ancient horrors and whatnot down here. That steel would be really helpful early on. The area between these two might be defendable. I could maybe make use of these outbuildings. Like if I put a wall here, that's deep. This is not going to be easily defendable. I'll have to wall that. But I see this being of potential. Let's put our stockpile in this building. And we'll put our bedrolls in this building. And everyone at home's like, no, Jared, there's a much better spot. And I say to that, that's unfortunate. Because this is what we're doing. Alright, with the tribe, you don't have beds researched. Stone cutting will be grabbed first, so it's going to be a while before we get beds. So, the worst building ever, go. Okay, that feels appropriate. I'm thinking of just clear cutting some of this area over here and just planting out that. That looks like it would work. Just taking a quick inventory of my surroundings. There's a healthy amount of material, which is wonderful. Some gold, which is wonderful. Stabby, you take that silver spear of doom. Stabby 2, you take that silver knife of doom. Shooty, there should be a bow around here somewhere for you. Where to bow? There to bow. Dirt McGirt is going to grab this terrible silver club that's useless to everybody. And Chef, you grab this short bow. Alright, let's quickly unforbid some stuff. Let's quickly unforbid some stuff. Okay, I think that's basically it. So, the way I handle my prioritization is I first zero out my characters, and I start with what they're good at. So copy, paste, 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 paste. Oh, haul and clean is actually okay. I actually wouldn't mind that. Okay. So what are you good at? Alright, growing is a huge priority early on. Mining is going to be sort of a secondary priority, so I'll get 2. Construction is going to be a primary. Stabby 2 is passionate about it. So, there we go. Okay, research when that becomes available. No one likes cutting plants, but it's life. Growing. I'm not going to put you on construction because I don't need to. Handling, cooking. Chef is going to cook, handle the animals. Some soft skills there. Your backup. Backup there. Doctor. Everyone firefights. Everyone's a patient primarily. Bed rest. When we get electricity flick will be huge. And go. So the nice part about sleeping spots is you don't actually really construct them so much as they just sort of pop. And when they pop, they allow you to just instantaneously use them. So you can manipulate that quite a bit with prisoners and sick beds later on, which is kind of nice. So we're going to first build a basically defensive sort of structure around this that allows us to... It's actually not a great place to put that, but that's okay. We're going to build a defensive structure so that the only way in and out is going to be over here. That will be actually pretty easy. We'll double down by walling some more of this off after. Chances are raids are going to come from over here or down here. If they come from up here, we're A-okay. Nobody's going to get us there. We're going to throw down a quick mine right here. And we're going to set up our grow area. And lazily, I'm just going to stick it right out front. Likely I'll want to change this later, but while we plant, we'll also get some good cutting done. And the section I care more about is going to be our heal route. And the reason I'm starting the heal route so early is that in my last playthrough, I lost, essentially, because... Oh, did I make an oopsie? Might have made an oopsie. Did I get rid of the guy with the 8? I mean... we gotta go with a 6. Alright, Shooty. Shooty's gonna be a... you know what? We just gotta get this done. For the people who grow, we gotta get them growing. For the people who haul and the people constructing, let them do their thing. Actually don't want that there, now that I think about it. I think it'd be easy to put some sandbags out here for defense. So let's do this. There we go. That feels better. Alright, so I'm going to speed things up as things go along. A lot of the early game is the same regardless of what you're actually going for tactic-wise. So I don't feel like you're missing very much this way. We're also going to make use of our exterior walls to make a couple of rooms that I'm going to use for storage, most likely. Although I am considering early research. When I play tested this earlier, it wasn't a huge loss to not have early research, but I always feel better about having research and getting that underway very, 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 very early. You know what? We need a food source. Okay. Production. So this mod adds these fishing spots. Now you see Chef will start to fish, which is beneficial because he'll get some fishes in production. You know what? We are going to build a room where we will do some producing. And it won't be the most efficiently shaped room, but it will give us a chance to start on food production. I'm trying to think what a good setup for this might be. Butcher table here, fuel stove here. This room is likely going to be multi-purpose for a long time. Let's make a dedicated food storage where you can put animal corpses as well. Oh, that's right, we are cannibals, so when we do get raids, yeah, that's going to be a thing. So let's set up some bills. Let's butcher creatures forever. Who is on mine? Is anybody on mine? Shooty. Shooty growing? No, Shooty's hauling. Nope, Shooty, you go mine. We could use some steel. Can Chef mine effectively or at all? Yes, he can. Alright, Chef, go mine. Why are you fishing, bud? Listen, I can't with you right now. Now, fishing is nice. It pulls up fish, they get butchered, they get cooked. You can use them to create special meals that are available because of this fishing mod. That looks like it's going to be more than enough. I think we're also going to grow a small amount of strawberries. No, you know what? That's dumb. Smoke leaf. Chef, you are going to be one of those people that requires tremendous micromanagement, and that is unfortunate. Who's my constructor? I'm going to wake them up and make them do things. Stabby 2. Oh. Why it no do? Jared, because you actually walled that whole room in. Oh. I'll make that. Then please make this. Yep, get that one. That was a good use of your time. So now he can butcher, and then he can cook. I'll put down a wood floor in here. We might get a quarry going, and I'll show you guys that. It's pretty nifty. I like it. So this is my setup early on that I tested, and I think it worked out pretty well. I want all of the pemmicans in the world. And with the simple meals, use that. With the pemmican, use that. Basically just make. When Chef wakes up, he'll start on that. We get some smoke leaf going. That will be great. We'll put a crafting spot down in the not too distant future. Alright, what do we got? Roof collapse. Oh, yeah, we're going to get that quite a bit because we're digging into this under mountain. Alright, let's see. Let's show off the... Okay, so as you can see, there is a healthy amount of minerals all over this place. So eventually we'll get that down, and that'll be an excellent source of metals for us. So as you can see, you can't just slap it down anywhere. On these maps, it's mostly where the mountains are, which means you really can't use it until you've sort of clear-cut this mountain. But, unfortunately, if you roll a map where there is no mountain, it gets rough very quickly. Let's make a chunk storage area. Actually, let's see, who are you? Now, in my last playthrough, I, when testing this, just killed people outright the first chance I got. And that was not a good call, because almost immediately they came back and were like, you killed our friend. That's not nice. And it became a problem pretty quick. So we're going to not make that same judgment call. We have some components, you have some components. We have some cloths, you have no cloths. You got some medicines, I need medicine. What is Yale? As much as I want to, yeah, no. Prioritize hauling that. Bring that back. Anytime I can get medicine in this playthrough, I'm going to get all of the medicine, because medicine is going to be one of those things that we are going to struggle with for most of the game. We're going to fix my oopsie I made earlier. And we're going to Is this really gonna rot out? Because that'll make me upset. You're on growing. You're not on growing. You're on hunting. We're probably not going to do a lot of hunting. I'm going to put you on growing and handling. Alright, see? We'll take the fish and they'll... Alright, here we go. Important first decision. Stabby thinks you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? Really? Since it looks like you'll be here a while, let's give your community a name. We eat people. I mean, let's be honest with the general public, right? We eat people. We're proud of that. We're gonna eat all the peoples. And it's gonna be good. Chef is just failing miserably and often. We're going to build a quick defensive wall. Now I'm sure you can kind of see what I'm getting at here. Actually, we're going to hold off on that. Reason being, I think I might actually take advantage of this to build in for a defensive holdout area. Because as I look at this map, I say, in the event of a siege, my fort is not likely going to get it done. And let's just fix this really quick. There we go. Only because I don't want a roof. Stop doing roofs. Stop doing roofs. Stop doing roofs. Stop doing roofs. I thought I said no roofs. Remove roof. Maybe it's this? Maybe it's this. Alright, we got a mad animal. What do we got? A mad chinchilla. Well, that's horrifying. It will take him a while for him to path to get to me, so we won't exactly worry about that right now. Oh, that did not take him very long. Rally here. Colonist needs treatment. If this is like a chinchilla bite, that's wonderful. So let's put down a bed to specifically instruct them to get treatment. Dirt, of course, the worst of the group. Of course, gets bit almost immediately, which is great. Why? I don't want... This is not helping. This is not helping at all. I'm trying to grow drugs. Let me grow drugs, please. Remove roof area. Remove the GD roof area. Thank you. Tending to dirt. Alright, perfect. So he'll immediately use the medicine that I just bought, which is unfortunate, but that will get it going. So, let's take a quick swing over our colony. We have a healthy amount of rice growing. It's actually growing exceptionally quick because that's what rice does. We have a storage area that is stock full of wood. We have some drugs growing, which is great. We have a under mountain area coming together very nicely. This will very likely be a area that we rely on in the event of a siege. Where are you going? You're just going for a walk. You're one of those idiots. Excellent. We have a kitchen. It makes food occasionally. We got a chinchilla that we apparently... Oh, yeah, that chinchilla. So we'll make it pretty well through this first initial part. We will get a very good harvest of rice, it's looking like. That will be wonderful. We're doing reasonably well, not to jinx myself. Hopefully this will continue. But that is where we're going to leave it for today. So thanks everyone for watching, and we hope you like this video. Comment below with feedback. Like us on Facebook. Tweet at us at games_done_slow. And hopefully you want to subscribe to the channel. We'll read all your feedback. If you want to interact with us, hit us up on Facebook. And I know you have a lot of choices in entertainment, and I'm really, really happy that you chose to watch this video. So thank you, and have a good night.